Hi Flosstube, this is Nancy, Quilting Stitcher. I'm actually doing this video a day early because I want to try to see if I can do it on my laptop. And the reasoning for that is because if it's on my laptop, I think I could do a longer video than on my phone because my phone cuts me off at 30 minutes. So we're going to try this. And I tried it last time and it kept, it would go and go and go, and then all of a sudden it was just not recording anymore. And yet I've kind of just let my camera go as, you know, as I'm doing stuff around the house, and it seems to go. And I'm thinking what's happening is it's a new laptop and it's very sensitive. And so I think my cursor was maybe on the pause button and I kind of bumped it a little bit and it paused it. I don't know. So we're going to try this. Like I said, it's a day early, and that is why I'm doing this a day early. So anyway, so it is actually December 4th instead of December 5th. And I also don't know how long it's going to take to upload it to YouTube from my laptop. So it may be December 6th before you get it. I don't know. We'll see. So I want to show you my shirt. It says cross stitch because choking people is frowned upon. Candy from Candystitches. You can look her up on Flosstube. She made this. I bought it from her. She is making these now. She has a Facebook group. Sorry, I couldn't think of it. She has a Facebook group that she started where she is selling these. So I will link it below for you because yeah, they're really cute. It's really cute and glittery, and everybody loves glitter. Anyway, so that's what I'm wearing today. Let's see. So it is cold, cold, cold here in Idaho, in southern Idaho. We have had temperatures in about the 50s. And in fact, yesterday morning, about 6 o'clock in the morning, it was 50 degrees. By the time I left my house to go to work at 9 o'clock, the wind had come up and it was 30, and the wind chill made it feel like it was 20. So yeah, we have gotten winter now. And we got snow. Not a whole lot, we just got a skiff, but there are still patches of snow out there, and the wind has not died down, so it is cold, cold, cold in Idaho. I have my list here, so if I keep looking down, that's why. Let's start with what I got in the mail today. I got some fun stuff in the mail today. And my mailman was late, so he made it for this video, which is cool. So I belong to the Needle Minder Club at Down Sunshine Lane, and I got my December needle minder today in the mail. And this is it. Isn't he cute? He is so, so cute. I'm so happy with him. He's just way cute. I think I'm going to put him on one of my Christmas whips I'm working on right now because he is so cute. So I got that in the mail today. And then I went on 123 Stitch and just put a message on there and asked anybody if they had the Little House Needleworks sheet Virtues for sale. And somebody did respond, and she sent me an email and she says, hey, I have 6 of them if you would like them. She said she has all 12 of them, and she did say that she still has to stitch the other 6, but when she gets done, she said she would still pass them to me. And I asked her how much she wanted for them, and she says nothing. She says they're yours. She did mark on her charts, and so they are marked, which doesn't bother me as long as I can still see the chart. It doesn't matter. So the 6 I got, this is actually the first time I'm looking at them. I just pulled them out of the envelope. So she sent me love, and I'm sorry for the glare. There we go. And she sent me peace and joyfulness, friendship, faith, and kindness. So I'm really excited that she sent these to me and passed them on to me. So yeah, Thank you. I appreciate it. That's so sweet. I was not expecting to not have to pay anything for them. All right, and then also I got an order from 123 Stitch that I actually forgot that I had ordered. So this was cool. It was like Christmas. Okay, so I ordered some Mill Hill kits because I have no cross stitching ornaments on my Christmas tree. I just have, sorry, I got it. I have never really cross stitched anything Christmas. And so I thought I'm going to do some for my tree. And so I thought these Mill Hill ones were really cute. So I got this one. It's called Sweater Weather. I thought that one was really cute. I'm not going to pull these ones out of the package because they're, to get rid of the glare, because there's a lot of little things in there. And then I got Hot Stuff, which is hot cocoa. I thought that was cute. And I think they're done on perforated paper, it looks like. I've never stitched on perforated paper. It's going to be interesting. And then this one is just called, it's called Charmed Mint and Ornament. And there's that one. So anyway, I thought those were really cute. And then I also got Country Cottage Nail Works Fa La La. And I see a few people have stitched this one this year. So that's cute. And then this one, it's Little House Nail Works, it's Snow Cold. I thought that one was really cute too. So, and then I also ordered Prairie Schoolers Summer Samplers. I think I have the winter one, and I've ordered I think I have the fall and the spring one too. So this is the summer one. I think I ordered this one because I wanted to complete my set. So there's that one. This is book 77. This is the reprint. You know how I feel about the reprints. And then, oh, this is some more ornaments that I thought was cute by Dimensions. This is a kit for, it looks like there's 3. So there's this one, that one, and that one. So, and it comes with all the stuff. I don't know if I'll use the thread. I don't know. I don't like this. It's not that I don't like the thread that comes in the kits. It's just I bobbin on my threads, and so this is just a mess for me. I don't know. So anyway, so that's what I got in the mail. And then the other day, my husband and I were at one of the grocery stores. We have 3 grocery stores in our town. We have Walmart, we have Smith's, which is a Kroger company, which I work. That's where I work. And then we have another one that's called Stokes, and it's a family-owned business locally. I think they might be they're in Idaho and Utah, maybe Wyoming. I'm not sure. But anyway, so I was in there, and they have a lot of, like, I don't know, in there. It's just a kind of a different store. I don't like going in there. It's kind of weird because you're in the grocery section, then all of a sudden you have 2 aisles of hardware, and then you're in food again. It's weird. Their setup's weird, and I don't go in there very often. But we went in there the other day because they make the most delicious cheese balls during the holidays. And so we went in there to get a cheese ball, and they also make the most delicious donuts. They make them, the donuts that we get at Kroger come to us frozen, and they bake them there at the store, or at Smith's. But at Stokes, they actually make their donuts in-house every morning. And so they're just delicious. Anyway, so we went in there to get a cheese ball. And I saw these. I thought these would be cute for ornaments. I could mount the ornaments on it. But there's this size, and then there's this size. So there's 2 different sizes in each package. And I got 2 packages. And I think there's 10 or 12, I can't remember, 10 or 12 of each size, and they are wooden, they're wood, so I figured I could dismount them like this, or I could paint them, whatever. Anyway, I thought those were really cool. I'm looking for all different kinds of ways to finish stuff now that I've been watching Flosstube, and I thought those would be cute. Okay, what else? Okay, so my whips. Okay, so I am doing Down Sunshine Lane. I'm not really following the stitch along that has been posted. I'm just kind of doing my own thing. I'm not posting progress pictures or anything else. But I'm doing Lantern Lane. When I at my last video, I've got a lot done on this. On my last video, I had the base of the house done, so I had all the red. And then, so this is where I'm at now. So I've got all the, so I had done the shutters. I think all the shutters were done also. But after, and I think I did it in 739. And then, but I decided they were too light. So I changed it out and did them in 739, and I like them a lot better. It's kind of hard to see in the picture, but in real life they do stand out more. So since my last video, I've got all the windows done except for the inside of the windows, which is black, and then up here is 676, I believe. And then I got all these windows done except for, oh, I don't have this last one done, but these two are done except for the insides. And then the roof, I love it. I love how that roof turned out. So what I did is, if you go on to, oh, I can't remember her name. She's in Guam. I can't remember. Completely just went out of my mind. I know her name. I have it written here, I think. Let me see. Anyway, I went into her video. She had one video that she was using DMC floss, but she wanted the variegated look. I don't know her name. I'm sorry. I do. Oh, Homesteading on the Home Front, Lynette. I knew her name. It just went out of my mind. Anyway, so in one of her Flosstube videos, and I'm believing it's like not her last one, but maybe the one before that. So I don't know the number, but it's either the one before the last one or the one before this. So it'd be the first to the last one or the second to the last one. Anyway, but she went in and said how she got her variegated look without using fancy floss. And what she did is she took, so I duplicated. So I'm going to tell you what I did. And if you want to know what she did, you can go into one of her videos. In fact, I think she made a video on how she does it. So you can look that one up. Homesteading on the Home Front, Lynette. Anyway, so what I did is I took two different colors. And I think I took 433 and 435. And so I took and I did it like a tweeting. So you take one strand of 433, one strand of 435, and then what I did is I randomly stitched. So I would do like maybe 4, and then I'd go up a line and do 2 or 3. Over here I had more room. I'd do like maybe 10. Then I go up and do 2 or 3, and then I kind of go down. Anyway, I randomly stitched it all over it. And then I went back in with 433 and filled in all the blanks. And so it gave me that variegated look. I love it. It looks like shingles. It really does. It looks like the top of a house. So anyway, so that's where I'm at on that one. And then I did Little House Needleworks. This one is the train station. I don't have the pattern, so I don't know the exact name of it. Main Street Station, I think, is what the name of it is. This is where I'm at on this one. The last time I did a video, I had all of this done. So I've worked on the train. And I don't know why I'm not further along on this, because I'm doing a rotation. So I have 3 projects in my rotation, and I'm rotating them. Like one day I'll work on one, the next day I'll work on another, and the next day I'll work on another. So every 3rd day I'm working on this, and I don't know why I don't have more done than that. But anyway, that's where I'm at on this. And then, okay, and then on the Little House Needleworks and Country Cottage Facebook group, they are doing a stitch along to, I'm not going to pull this out, but hopefully I can show it without the glare, Countdown to Christmas. And this, I kind of jumped on it late. I saw it on there, and I was kind of thinking, well, maybe I should do it, maybe I shouldn't. And I thought, I'm going to go ahead and do it. So I ordered the chart from 123 Stitch. When I order things from 123 Stitch, they come really quick because I don't live that far away. If I was to drive, it would be like a 3-hour drive to get there. So I get things really quick from them. So I ordered this, and they had a pre-stitch. And so on the pre-stitch, you were to stitch all the houses, and then if you can see, there's squares in white for each block, and so you pre-stitched each square. And then the idea behind it is that you do it as like an advent. So on the first day of December, you stitch the first block. The second day, number 2, 3, and so on. And so you put in your last block on the 25th. So because I was late in getting it, and I got it, I believe on a Monday or Tuesday last week. So maybe that's why I didn't get that on that train station done a whole lot, because when I got this, I pulled out fabric from my stash. It's fabric that I had coffee and tea dyed. And I pulled this out of my stash, and I actually just ran down to the fabric store and grabbed the flosses that I need, because it only costs for, I don't know, like 5 or 6 floss. There's not a whole lot. And so rather than trying looking through my stash to see them, I just went and got them, because I wanted to get started on the pre-stitch, because I wanted to get the blocks done. At least the first few, I wanted to get the blocks done, so that when December 1st came, I could actually start stitching in it. So anyway, so this is 14 count Aida. I coffee and tea dyed it. I think I used, what I do is I see these videos and how they do it, and then I kind of take an idea from here, and an idea from here, and an idea from here, and then I do my own thing. So, so really, this is how I did it. Anyway, so I've got all, as of last night, because this was in my rotation yesterday. So as of last night, I got all my blocks done. And so what I'm doing is, like, if I'm using white in here, then I'm going up here and I stitch some of the white, which all the white up here is done. So now if I have white from a block, I'll go down here and finish out that string of thread. If it's not on my rotation. If it's on my rotation, then I obviously stitch on it longer. But if it's not on my rotation, I'll take, so like when I did the snowman, I had some white left, so I finished out this up here. And then yesterday I had the red on the present, and so I started and got to there. So that's where I'm at. I have not done today's. I will tonight when I sit down and stitch. I'll do today's, but then that's all I'll do, is I'll do the 4th day, and that's it, because this is not in my rotation. In fact, I think the train is it next to my rotation. I can't remember. I don't know. We'll see. So anyway, so that's what I'm doing on that. Okay, and so now what I want to do is, I'm going to do sorry, I'm kind of frazzled. I have notes here, but they're kind of really out of order of how I piled my stuff here. So I am going to do the stitch along with Priscilla and Chelsea that starts December 28th, I believe. And it's Country Cottage Needleworks Forest Snowfall. So I've got the chart. And I thought, you know, I don't ever get fancy floss. So I thought, well, I'll go ahead and order the fancy floss. It's Classic Colorworks. So I thought I would order the floss for it. So I got the floss in. And I'm going to dye my fabric. I kind of have in my head how I want my fabric to be. And so I'm going to kind of play around with that when I dye my fabric for my stitch along that I'm doing with the Santa's Village on my Facebook group. But anyway, but I'm going to try to get it as close to this. This is pearl gray linen. And I'm going to do Aida because it's what I sew on, 14 count Aida. And I'm going to do maybe pearl gray, but then I thought maybe I would do kind of a really super, super, super light blue and then coffee stain it after that to kind of give it more of a little bit of a prim look. But I need something that the white will show up because it's white for the snow and stuff. So I've never, like I said, I've never used Fancy Floss and I've never used Classic Colorworks. So tell me if I'm wrong. Is it supposed to be variegated? Because I don't know. Like I said, I've never used it before. So I bought it. It's not variegated. And the picture calls for it, and for in the house and the words and stuff, it's variegated. This is not variegated. And let me see. Whoops, I just lost one. See if I can get something that's white so I could kind of put it up against it. Okay. So this is it. And I'm hoping these colors show. So that's it. It's not variegated, which would be fine. It, you know, whatever, it doesn't matter if it's variegated or not. Okay, except for I don't like these colors. Now that I got them, I don't like them. And I'm going to tell you why. Okay, so let's start with the roof of the house. It's brown. It is brown. I don't know, didn't pull out colors to compare it to DMC, but it's brown. The color I got for the Fancy Floss is Little House Brown. This is it. See that? It's not brown. It is more of a, to me, it's more of a purplish mauve, I think is what I would call it. So, I'm not using it. I'm not using it. I'll put it and I'll find something else to use it for, but I'm not going to use it because it is a pretty color. But I don't want a purple roof. And to me, maybe it's just, you know, maybe to other people it wouldn't look purple, but it's not the brown as shown in the picture. And I think I want to do it this color brown. So I'm going to have to go through my DMC and convert it. The next thing is the lettering. To me, in the picture, the lettering looks like a mixture of DMC 930, 931, and 932. So it's more of a country blue, I guess, kind of a country blue. This is the color of the lettering. This is not the same color. This is more of a teal. And so the color that I'm going to dye my fabric and the color I'm hoping that it comes out, because it's going to be kind of like an antique-y blue, like a 932, only lighter. This will really not match it. So I'm not using that. It will go for something else. This is Weeping Willow. I do like it. It is pretty. It looks pretty true to the green in the pattern, other than this is not variegated. and I've kind of even like spread it open and it's not variegated. So please, again, tell me, is Classic Colorworks supposed to be variegated? So because in the picture it's used in the trees and up here in the borders and on the side borders, and it is definitely variegated in the picture. But this isn't. And maybe, I don't know, maybe once I start stitching, will it look variegated? I don't know. So this is undecided. I have not decided on this. Then this is Country Lane, and it's supposed to be for the house. And I'm undecided. This looks more like 840, 842 maybe. And this is more, I don't know. It's kind of sort of close, but not really. So I'm still undecided on that. But anyway, so that's where I'm at on that. So of the 4 colors I ordered, 2 of them I maybe will use, probably will use. 2 of them I will not. But yeah, please let me know, because like I said, I've never ordered Classic Colorworks, so I don't know if it's supposed to be variegated, or if it is variegated, is it just slight variegation, or does it have a lot? Excuse me, I need a drink. Anyway, so on to my plans for 2018. So I have decided that, like I told you before, that I do ornaments for all my grandkids. I decided that they need an ornament that I've cross-stitched, and they need an ornament that I've quilted. So for 2018, they're going to get an ornament that I have cross-stitched. And so I have 8 grandkids, and I was trying to figure out what to do. So I kind of was on 1, 2, 3 stitch looking through their ornaments. And this is what I've decided. I am going to do, these are Mill Hill kits, and they're the snow bells. And there's 5 of them in the set. And they do always send plenty of beads. So I will have, even though there's only 5, 3 of these I'm going to have to duplicate. And there'll be plenty of beads. So anyway, this one is, he's called Frank. This is Frank. And then I've got Flurry. Aren't those the cutest things? And this one is Jingle. And we got Jangle. Jingle and Jingle. And then we got Freezy. And I think what I'm going to do is I always put their names on the ornaments, whether even if it's just the back, and I always put the year. And so I'm thinking that maybe in these I can kind of stitch their name. Get rid of the glare. Stitch their name like somewhere on here, kind of maybe going down the scarf or right here, and I can put the year. And I think I'm going to stitch it on the front. Just back stitch it. But those are, so I'm going to work on them in 2018. They are on perforated paper, and I can't decide if I want to stitch them on perforated paper, so I bought some plastic canvas that's 14 count. So I haven't decided whether I'm going to stitch them on the perforated paper or the plastic canvas. That I haven't decided. So any tips on either one would be great, because I have not stitched on either. So, and which one you think would be easier to stitch on, I'd appreciate it. Sorry for the crinkling. I'm putting them back in my package that I have them in. Okay, so what I'm going to do for 2018, actually I'm going to start it I'm going to start it in December, or this on the 13th of December, and I'm going to do the 12 Days of Christmas. And this is kind of my take on Stitch Mania. And what I plan on doing is I'm going to start a new start every day from the 13th to the 24th of December. So it'll be my 12 Days of Christmas. even if I know it's a really crazy time of the year, but I know I could do this because I stitch every day. And so even if I sit down and start a new start and I only can put 5 stitches in, it's a start. And then what I plan on doing is I'm going to do the 12 days of Christmas, start a new start for 12 days. But they're not going to be part of my rotation until January. Unless I finish one of these other ones. Because with the Main Street Station, I'll finish it, but then I'm going to start another hometown holiday. And so if, say, I get done with Lantern Lane, then I'll put one of these starts into my rotation. I know that sounds as clear as mud. I don't know. So what I'm going to do for my 12 days, these are what I'm going to do. And I pulled them. I'll show you the fabric that I've chosen, and the chart is what I'm going to do. Okay, so for on the first day of Christmas, which will be the 13th, I am going to start Halloween Rules by Lizzie Kate. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start at the bottom. I usually start in the middle, but this one, obviously, because I'm doing all of them, I am going to start at the bottom and work my way up to the top. So that's what I'm going to do. And this is the fabric I'm going to do it on. It's 14 count Aida that I have Rit dyed. And what I did is I did orange and brown. It actually is really, really pretty. And I think that I did a floss toss on it, and the floss is really pretty. So that's what I'm doing on the first day of Christmas. On the second day of Christmas, I have them. Let me show you what I have them in. This is my basket with all of my, anyway. So on the second day of Christmas, I am going to do Winter Blooms by Hands to Work. I have had this in my stash for years. And I decided I'm going to start it and work on it. I'm going to work on a lot of Christmas for 2018 because I just don't stitch Christmas. And so, yeah, I'm going to do some Christmas. And then the fabric I am going to use is 14 count Aida, of course, that I have Rit dyed. So that's what I'm using for it. And I think it will be cute. Okay, for the third day of Christmas, I am going to start Harvest Blooms by Hands to Work. You think I can remember that? Nope. Hands to Work. Harvest Blooms. This is another one I've had for a long time in my stash. And same color. I'm going to use the same color of fabric. 14 count Aida that I dyed. Same colors for the winter boot. On the fourth day of Christmas, I am going to start Lizzie Kate's Christmas Rules. And I dyed this fabric for it. It's 14 count Aida that I've dyed green, like a light green. I don't know if it really shows up or not. And then with a brown over it. Now, I hope it fits. I'm telling you, I hope it fits. So I'm going to start at the bottom and stitch it, and then if I get to the top and the free chart, the Christmas rules will not fit, then at least, I'll figure out something else to go at the top. Because my fabric shrank, but if the squares shrink, I don't know if that makes sense. Someone said if the squares shrink, that you're fine anyway. Because instead of like 14 count, it'd be like 16 count or whatever. I don't know. Anyway. So, that is the fourth day of Christmas. On the fifth day of Christmas, I am going to stitch Country Cottage Needleworks winter sampler. And I am stitching it on this 14 count Aida. This is, it's blue. It's a really light blue. I don't know if it shows, I can't tell if it's showing up or not. It's a really light blue. It's marbled or marbled. It has a modeling effect, very light modeling effect. This is DMC Aida, I think, is what it is. So that is that one. So some of these are easy and they're going to be finished fairly quickly. Others are going to take me a while. So on the 6th day of Christmas, I am going to start Plum Street Samplers, Liberty's Welcome. And this is going to be my my big piece for the year because, yeah, this is going to take a while to do this one. I rip dyed some Aida that I'm going to stitch it on. So there is that one. Sorry, I have to put these back in the envelopes. If I don't, then I'll forget what goes in what. So on the 7th day of Christmas, I am going to stitch, it's called Free Range by the Cricket Collection, Cross-eyed Cricket Collection, Free Range, and I am stitching this. It says eggs, or it says fresh eggs, sorry. And I am stitching it on, I think it's a natural, 14 count natural Aida. So it's kind of a creamy color. That is number 7. Then on the 8th day of Christmas, I am going to stitch this one. This is by the Design Connection, and it's a leaflet called A Beautiful Day. And it's got this chart, the big one, and then it's got these 2 little ones that they've done on towels. I'm not doing them on towels. But I want to do all 3 pieces. So all 3 pieces are going to stay in my rotation until they're all done. When I start my rotation in January. And let me kind of go back on my rotation. How I do it is I have 7 rotations at a time. And I have one that I stitch on Sundays, one that I stitch on Mondays, one that I stitch on Tuesdays, and so forth. If I don't get to Mondays, then it doesn't get done for that week. Or if I feel like keep stitching on Monday into Tuesday, you know, I'm not hard like set. If it's Monday, so this one has to be stitched. But that's kind of how I go. And then, but nothing's written in stone. So when I say these are going to go into my rotation, I have 3 rotations going now. So after the 25 or the 12 starts, so on the 25th day, Christmas Day, if I sit down to stitch, I'm going to pull 4 of these out and I'll put them into my rotation. So then I will start and to work them into my rotation. And then as I finish one thing and it goes out of my rotation, then I'll pull another one of these in to my rotation. I hope that makes sense. Anyway, so when this goes into my rotation, it won't go out until I've stitched this and each one of these, because I want to do all 3 of them. I think they're just cute. And I've had this chart for a long time. In fact, I don't even know where I got it. I was just trying to look, see if there was a date on it. 2002. So, and I think someone gifted me this, like a long time ago, like long time ago. Because I don't even think these are in, I think these are out of print. Because there was another one by Design Connection that I wanted, and I couldn't find it, and I finally found it, and it was out of print. So, anyway, so I'm doing these, and I have some old I coffee stained this a long time ago, and then I rinsed it, so it took out a lot of the coffee. But there is still some modeling in it. But anyway, so I found these 3 pieces in my stash. So these are what I'm going to use to stitch them on. And so there's that one. Some of these charts I've had for a long time, and I thought, you know, if I don't, I just want to start them because I like them. You know, I want to start them. Okay, so then the next one, so this is the 9th day of Christmas. I'm going to start Birds of a Feather, No Bees, No Honey. And this is another chart I've had in my stash for a long, long time. So I'm going to do that one. And I am doing it on, this is coffee and tea stained Ada. So I'm going to do it on that. And then on the 10th day of Christmas, I am going to do Lizzie Kate. This is a Lizzie Kate kit called A Little Stitch. This is going to be a quick stitch. And the kit came with this fabric, and I'm actually not sure what it is. If it's linen or even weave. I think it's even weave. Let me pull it out here. See what it says. If it even says. It doesn't say even what kind of fabric it is. So I don't know. And since I don't use oh, it's linen. Sorry. It does say. So it's, and I'm not using that because I don't stitch on linen. So this is just a piece of fuzzies on it. The piece of fabric I had in my stash, and it's coffee and tea stained, or it's coffee stained. I did a long time ago. It does come with a little charm. So I'll put the charm on. This is probably something I'll pass on with the linen when I get it done. A lot of times I hold on to my charts because my daughter, she also cross stitches, but she doesn't have the money to buy charts. So before I pass them on, I'll ask her if she wants them. And if she does, then I pass them on to her. So, yeah, so once I'm done with this, I'll probably end up passing it on with the linen, but not the charm. So there's that one. That's number 10. And then on the 11th day of Christmas, I am going to do Shepherd's Sampler by Brenda Gervais. And I think it's With Thy Needle and Thread. Yeah. So it's this. So in all of these, I am using DMC conversion. If it calls for a fancy floss, I'm not using it. I'm doing a DMC conversion. And then I coffee and I'm trying to think, because it looks like it has Rit dye on it too, but I know that I coffee and tea stained this, and then I think I splotched it with Rit dye, maybe dark brown. I can't remember. Ooh, I can't remember, but I think it will be, it looks very prim. I think it will be pretty. And then on the 12th day of Christmas, I am going to do, it's by Blackbird Designs, called Clara Ellen. And I don't know if that's a better picture or not. And I am also doing it on fabric that looks like I red dyed this. So yeah. So those are my 12, going to be my 12 starts in December, but they are going to be for my 2018 stitches that I work on. So what else? I think that's it. Okay, so I plan on doing, let's do the giveaway. I think that's what we're going to do now, is the giveaway. I need to grab them because I completely forgot to bring them to where I am. So just give me a second and I'll grab them. Okay, sorry about that. I don't like to do that. Get my chair back up here so I can see. Okay, so what I'm going to do for the giveaway is I'm going to go in here onto my Kindle, and I'm going to do the random number generator. So let's start with book number 1. Okay, let's see. Book number 1. Oh, maybe I'm going to use this one if it comes up here. Sorry, I guess I should have had this up and going. Okay. Really, I tried this, you know, I brought it up this morning and it came right up. Today, or tonight, just because I'm doing this video, it doesn't want to come up. Okay. Come on. There we go. Okay, so the first thing I'm giving away is this book. Stockings Were Hung. Book number 1. I had 7 people say they wanted this book, so I'm going to do 7. Sorry, I should be more prepared on this. Okay, can you see it? I don't know if it's going to show. Generate. I don't know if that shows. Number 1. Number 1 came up, and number 1 is Gypsy Rose. Gypsy Rose will get book number 1. Mark that. Okay, so move this one out of the way. Book number 2, Cross Stitch Christmas, A Season for Stitching, is book number 2. And there were 11 people who wanted book number 2. So I'm going to put in 11. And I'm just going to hit generate. And number 3. 3 is what came up. I don't know if you can see it or not. So number 3 is Chantel Verbist. Chantel Verbit. I hope I'm saying your name right. I'm like really horrible with names. So, okay. So then book number 3, Cross Stitch Christmas, Gifts to Cherish, and there were 7 people that entered in that one. So I'm going to put 7 in here. Generate number 2. What is that? Number 2. And number 2 is Kathleen Werner. Kathleen Werner, number 2. So, and okay, so for the project bag that I'm giving away. This is the inside of it. So it's cute. This is cute. I have one just like this that I made. So on this one, there were 31. Because I took everybody that commented, all my comments, and there were 31 comments. So we'll put 31 in here and generate. Number 18. See if we can see number 18. I don't know if you can even see him. Number 18 is Susan Oberfell. Susan Oberfell. So she won the project bag. So I will link below, or I'll put my email address below. So if you 4 people will email me and let me know, and email me an address so I can send you those items. So for the rest of the week, I'm going to just keep stitching on my Lantern Lane, my Countdown to Christmas, and my Hometown Holiday series, and then that's it. Those are my plans for the week. I do want to do a shout out. I actually have 2 shout outs. One is called Morning Stitches. Her name is Laura, and she does them with her daughter, Autumn. Autumn is, I believe, 16, and delight to watch them. Their banter back and forth is kind of cute, and I like watching them. I don't believe stitched when they first started the videos, and they have like 7, I think, now. And if she did stitch, it wasn't very much, but now she is stitching, and so she shows in the last few videos, she shows what she's been working on, along with Laura, what she's working on. She shows what she does, and they talk about books that they're both avid readers, so they always share a book that they're reading or they've read. Laura is doing a fun thing that I think is fun, and it would be interesting to do, is she's walking across the United States. And she's not literally walking across the United States, but she has a journal she's keeping, and she's walking across, like right now I think she started in Alabama, and she's walking across to Alabama, which she's just about done with that. And then her reward for getting across the state is she's going to buy a t-shirt from Alabama. And then she's going to continue on until she walks through all 50 states. And as she does it, as she stops in, as she's going through and she stops at each town, she does research on that town and is learning a lot of history. So anyway, check them out. They're quite fun to watch. And then the other one is very, very new. They have 2 videos out, and that is Basic Stitches. They are in northern Utah, so they are really literally an hour from where I'm at, because they're in northern Utah. I'm in southern Idaho, and I'm kind of guessing where they kind of live, because they kind of say that they're like 20 minutes from the border, or they're right at the border. Anyway, 20 minutes from Idaho or whatever. I'm not sure. But anyway, so they're about an hour from where I live. It's another mother and daughter, which that's fun. Maybe one of these days I can talk my daughter into joining me on Flosstube. She works graveyards, and so she sleeps during the day, and so she sleeps where her kids are in school. And then she has 2 boys that keep her very busy. So we'll see if maybe she can join me one day. I don't know. But anyway, Basic Stitches. Jamie is the mom, and Jordan is the daughter. And what's really cool is they're a mother-daughter, and the mother of the mother, so the grandmother of the daughter, she stitches, plus an aunt stitches. So all 4 of them stitch together. Anyway, so they're fun. And then Jordan does have a Etsy shop. You'll have to go on and check them out, and she does link her Etsy shop, and I think her Etsy shop is cross-stitch charts that she creates. So anyway, so those are my 2 shout outs for the week, and I will link them below. I don't know if I'll just put their names below so that you can check them out. What else do I have? Oh, my quote. Okay, so this is something, I just actually finished this up today. On Saturday, December 2nd, I went to the place where I take my quilts to get them quilted, was doing a workshop to make a table runner. And I usually don't get to join in on these things because they usually do them on days that I work. And Saturday I didn't work. I had asked for the day off because it was my husband's work Christmas party. So I didn't, so I wasn't working. So when I found out they were doing this class, I thought, oh, good, I can finally do one of their classes. So I went in and did this class. It was like a workshop, and I made a table runner for Christmas. And so Saturday I got I'm gonna have to scoot back because so I can get it in the picture. I don't know. Can you see it? There we go. So there's my table runner. And Saturday I got the top put together except for the border, which is the white border, not this. This is the binding. So I got it all put together except for the white border. And so today I went to work really early this morning and I got off really early today. And so I thought, oh, I'm gonna get this finished. So I put the border on and then I quilted it, which my quilting has something to be desired. I like doing the quilt tops. That's why I send my quilt out to be quilted. But when they're little things like this, I can't justify sending them to the quilter and paying. This would be, I think their minimum charge is $35. So, yeah, by the time, if I'd had them quilt it, by the time I got this done, I'd had $100 into this. And yeah, I can't justify it. So I brought it home, finished up, quilted it. I just did a simple sewed around each gift, sewed around each stocking. I kind of wish I had used red thread instead of white though. I don't know. So I sewed around each stocking and then I kind of just did a trim, a stitch, just a straight stitch along the border. Anyway, that's it. And this is the back. So now I can put that on my table in my kitchen, dining room, my dining room table. When we cleaned out my mom and dad's house, one of the things that my mom had gifted to me, my mom was really kind of funny. If you had said you wanted something, she would take a one of those Christmas gift tags that you put to and from, you know. She would put to Nancy from mom and dad, and then she would stick it somewhere on there. Well, anyway, I had always said I wanted their dining room table, and anyway, when we were cleaning out their house, I found that up underneath on there. It said to Nancy from mom and dad. So anyway, so I have their dining room table, and it sits. We don't really have a dining room in our, because we just have a big open space room, which is my kitchen, and my living room is all kind of one great big room. But I have an area when we built this house, I specifically, or when we added on into the kitchen part, I specifically designated an area for this table because you can put the 2 leaves in it and it's huge. And anyway, so we don't ever use that table unless it's a holiday, and then we can put the 2 leaves in and we can all sit at it. And so this is going to go on that table. Anyway, this has gone on an hour. I did not think I would go an hour, and my computer is still going, so hopefully this is going to work and I won't have to redo this video. So I'm going to come back in the next day or two and do a show and tell with my wreaths and the ornaments hanging in them. And then I have some Christmas stockings that I stitched a long time ago, and I'll tell you the story about them and show them to you. So that will be actually a really quick video. But I was hoping to get the wreaths up today, but it just didn't pan out today. It took longer to finish up this table runner than I thought it would. And so in the next day or two, I'll show you that video. or I'll get that video done and you'll be able to see my show and tell, which will be a very short video. So anyway, this is the longest video I've done. Usually I can do only 30 minutes and it's been an hour. So a lot to talk about. I'll do the show and tell, and then it will probably be back. I think I'm going to start doing weekly videos, and I'm going to start doing them. I was doing them so they would download or upload to YouTube on Saturdays, so you'd have them Sundays, but it's just not working out because my husband sometimes is home, sometimes is not then, and my grandkids are. I have two grandkids that spend the nights during the weekends with me because their mom works and there's no one to watch them during the weekend, and so they usually spend the night with me, and so it just isn't working. So I'm going to try to do these now from now on Wednesdays. So I'll do my show and tell this week, and then starting next week will be a weekly video. So okay, so if you stuck with me this long, thank you. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for watching. Thank you for liking. And I will see you next week. Bye.